There's a story in Ramayana, you may have heard it, when Lord Ram was in the forest. One an elderly woman wanted to offer them some fruit, and she was picking berries. And she would pick the berry, then she would taste the berry and make sure it's sweet. If it wasn't, she wouldn't give it to them. But if it was sweet, she would give it to them. So picking berry, tasting, giving, picking berry, tasting, giving. So last night we're having a program, and the devotee was saying, well, isn't that bhakti? And shouldn't we taste? Wouldn't it be good to taste something before we offer it to Krishna? Wouldn't that be a sign of bhakti? And so I was thinking of the story and saying, yeah, in rasa, in pure love, yes. But in deity worship, no. And just the other day I was reading a letter in which Prabhupada said he's so concerned about us changing things which he established, specifically or particularly in deity worship. Don't change anything. This is the way it goes. So he was explaining that there's one letter, we shouldn't dress the deities in black, and we worship the deities as Lakshmi Narayan and awe and reverence. And so we can't worship Krishna and Radha like we're in Sakya Rasa friend and go, this tastes good. No, it doesn't taste. Oh, this one's good. Here, I'll put that on your plate. That's a different thing. In rasa, you can do that. In rasa, you can chastise. Why are you doing that, Krishna? Give me this. I'm going to eat it. That's different. And so, very important that when we execute devotional service, even though that philosophically something may make sense, yeah, well, that really does make sense. That would really be love to taste it first. But then you have standards of deity worship, so you can't do that. So you can't change things around. You can't compromise. So I just wanted to make this point that Prabhupada was very, very, very concerned about changing things. On the other hand, he was also concerned about not changing things if they weren't working in the preaching field. I mean, some things are established. You can't change the 16 rounds. You can't change the regulative principles. You can't change standards of deity worship. But somebody can worship Gaur Nitai in their home and have different standards, but the standards in the temple, that's fixed. So some things can be changed and adjusted, and some things need to be adjusted if they're not working. But again, some things can adjust. Whether it's working or not, they're not adjustable. And so we need to know what is adjustable and what isn't. And that's very, very important. For both are very important, because we don't want to change what we shouldn't change. And we want to change what we should change. We don't want to come to Prabhupada and say, well, we didn't change this, but it's not working, and have him say, well, why didn't you change it if it's not working? We're not making devotees, or we're not getting the results we want. Why didn't you change? Well, because we thought we should do it this way. Why did you think that way? Well, that's the way we always did. Well, that just may have worked at a certain time, in a certain situation, and there's nothing in Shastra, nothing from Guru that says you can't adjust that. So we need to know what's adjustable, what isn't. Don't adjust what you can't, even if philosophically you could get around it. And make sure you adjust what would help spread the preaching if it's adjustable. So, Hare Krishna. Don't eat fruits first to see if they're good and offer them to Krishna, at least not till you go back to Godhead. Then, that's up to you and Krishna. Jai Prabhupada.